Alright, so this is a follow-up on the video that I did, and the materials that are available on Patreon, the video being a couple videos back called Our Multidimensional Anatomy. So here I will be answering or going into a little bit of depth in a summarization type of way of the first two questions found within the quiz in regard to learning and memorizing one's multidimensional anatomy. I'm going to go ahead and just dive into this, but before I do, the second half of this video will be that which I posted in Patreon, which is a technique video for memorization. And this is done through song. It's putting the tones to song and relating to the tones in its frequency spectra. And it's an easier way to be able to memorize this, and it's most effective on that level. And also it serves as a tool for meditation. Check that out if you would, or not. Here we go. One dimension or consciousness band equals one DNA strand. One DNA strand consists of 12 magnetic base codes and 12 electrical acceleration codes. These codes are subharmonics. We are in a harmonic structure, and it's musical for sure. So one subharmonic equals one fire letter. It's right in the name, fire letter. Sort of like a spark plug. To create an analogy, right? Like a spark plug within a turbine engine. If the plug is not firing, then it can't serve the purpose of moving or transmuting energy for acceleration. Let me continue. So one subharmonic equals one fire letter. So knowing that a subharmonic and fire letter are the same thing, primarily, just different function, because there's many functions to that which we see within the encryption of the particle. It's really one thing doing many different things. Okay, so one subharmonic is equal to one fire letter. One fire letter is equal to particum and particule. So particum is the vibratory magnetic base code. And the particule is the electrical acceleration code. When we look at both of those things, which are one thing, we see counter-rotating fields, electromagnetic counter-rotating fields, which can be seen as what? Merkaba. So are you seeing the relationship of everything is pretty much the same thing with, that functions differently according to the design structure? And within these subharmonics is where the code is. The code is not a numbering system. You could put it into a numbering system like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could put numbers to the tones, but it's a tonal system. Okay, that's where the code is. Right? So these are counter-rotating fields, electromagnetic fields, right? There's a study guide that I put together for this that has all the information there, okay? And again, that's on Patreon. So if we look at the electromagnetic spectrum, we see red, and we see red moving into orange, and we see orange moving into yellow, then moving into green. What does that remind you of? You can see those colors as being chakras, right? Or chakras. Sound and light are one. What are those? Those are bands of consciousness. So we can just look at the electromagnetic spectrum through basic science observation, and we can see it. In other words, the inversion of the vibration that becomes light. And frequency and color is the same thing. As frequency modulates, it becomes a different type of color that relates to that very specific aspect of harmonic. So when we look at light, color, form, this is a projection or a inversion of the code held in the vibration of the particum. Okay? So particum is what we're referring to when we're talking about light, form, and all this other stuff. It's a manifest aspect of the projection of the code that's within the vibration or the tones. The inaudible vibration becoming manifest is light, form, oscillation, moving, electrical. Okay? Dimensions are harmonic bands of consciousness. That's the way it's to be perceived, because that's exactly what it is. This is a consciousness construct. The design is harmonic, and the harmonic design facilitates conscious awareness. But the bands of consciousness or dimensions, the structure is very specific in relationship to that design, which isn't functioning here. We don't perceive of the things that we should because of the field that we're in, or should I say, the manipulation of this field, this reality field that we're in. This is not normal. This is facilitated through very specific technology, highly advanced technology that supersedes anybody's comprehension here for the most part. However, I've come to understand it well enough to be able to try to begin to communicate it, and that which I did to a certain point within the last video that I did dealing with scalar mapping. Okay, so anyhow, dimensions, let's go back to the subject at hand. Dimensions are harmonic bands of consciousness. There are 12 subharmonics making up each dimension or consciousness band. So the combination of subharmonics for each dimension produces a chordal harmony. We are missing 9, 12 DNA strands. From from 1 to 8, we have fragmentation of the harmonic structure. So, like as an example, okay, that is a C minor scale. Now, think of that as missing notes or fragmented notes and even out of tune. I've dealt with this before. I used this example before in depth in another video that I think I'll post that link within the comment section so you can refer to that. But it's important to understand that in order for us to begin to heal oneself, you have to know the basics of how multidimensional anatomy works on a harmonic level. So this, knowing how your design is originally, and knowing how to move energy, knowing how to facilitate why it's not working the way that it should work, is going to allow you to be able to know how to move energy in order to repair it. Just going through a technique is just going through the motions if you don't really actuate your energy to facilitate your intention. And that's through knowing, not guessing or just being passive. The distinct harmony, okay, that's being created within that DNA strand in combination with the other DNA strands creates this unique tone or code, right, of that consciousness band, right? Dimension 1, 2, and 3. Each 12 harmonics, subharmonics, making up when it's firing the way that it should and everything works as it should, has a very distinct chordal tone to it. Now, the way that we, or the way that has been communicated in respect to this is what the dimension sounds like. Well, that's an approximation, like chi. Chi's an approximation, okay? Truly, we can't really, in this body at this point in time, verbally, certainly, we can't truly give the chord tone, all right? It's too complex, right? But through our intention, we can make the connection, which is equally as important. Through our intention, we can make the connection, which is equally important. And that's what I wanted to emphasize here. Okay? All right, folks, that's it for this video outside of what's coming up. Blessings. Take care. I'll see you again sometime soon.
Magenta pink, Chiquiri, Pronomonotria, Mia Yona, Taharama, magenta pink, Chiquiri, Pronomonotria, Mia Yona, Taharama, She